Hey guys, I got my mob cart grinder working quite fast, and I'll show you how I did it. There was a couple of problems I was having before. Basically, when you are in the item separation stage, you want them to be killed first time. So to do that, you have to bring them down to 2 hearts if you're doing it with lava. And this is how I did that. I came up with this little track, this bumpy track, which takes them through lava and then through water. And the reason the water is there is because if they're just on fire, it's more unpredictable how much damage they take. And the same with if you're sending them through blocks, it kind of depends on the amount of time they're under the blocks, as opposed to how many blocks they hit, I think. Well, that's kind of what I noticed. So the problem I was having before really was I had these kind of little drops, so the carts wouldn't go backwards. But if there's a mob in the cart, it's slightly taller, so the cart behind it will bump into it. Whereas if there's just one, or if they're killed instantly as they fly off, the cart behind has nothing to bump into. So really, if you're using this kind of item separation tower, I'll show you in a minute, you have to kill them when they go through it, because the cart is in the air, and when it's in the air it loses momentum, and the cart behind will bump into a mob if there is a mob there. But if you're killing them at the very moment they go into the item separation tower, then everything's fine. So later on I'll bump into a cart by accident, and you'll see the effects it has. Basically everything will clog eventually. But without me bumping into it, it will run for quite a while. I mean, the problem is my mob trap is pretty lame, so I think I'll just download someone else's and hook this up to that to give you a better demonstration. But probably, see there, the one cart went backwards because I bumped into it, and that will cause a bunch of problems. So really these 2 tracks at the end should be angled down, but I didn't want to dig too far up because I'm just below sea level, or there's water just above me. And basically it's just a series of water streams which push the items to the front, and the carts fall straight down. Well, they can fall down kind of either of the 2, either the front or the back of where the water is, if you know what I mean. Like directly under the lava, or not. So below there's a 2 block space for them to fall. And the reason I did that was just so the carts are kind of more free, I guess. I don't know. It could probably be improved upon. I think when they're flying through the air, they're less likely to bump into each other, as opposed to if you stop them in the air and make them drop straight down. So that thing I just wiggled at is what you don't want to do, because if a cart backs into that, it will go into the block and cause problems. And here's a clog. So that's it. Bye-bye. Oh, and before anyone asks, I don't think this will work with chickens, and you want to keep chickens out of here because they'll lay eggs on the tracks and clog everything. This probably can, if you modify the top, like I said, having 2 powered rail angled down, it should deal with squid and also spiders. Spiders do take damage in this first part here. So yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, pigs as well should work. I guess cows and sheep probably will. But I think I'll, as I said, download someone else's traps and hook this up to it and do some experimenting. But bye bye.